Hey guys, a couple quick class 5 restorations in this one. This patient had some gumline decay on their upper right lateral incisor and canine tooth. So we're going to get going by getting some access to the apical margin of the lesions with this electrocautery tip. It's hard to say sometimes how subgingivally these things will go, and we probably could have gotten away with cord for this case, but nonetheless we used an electrocautery tip and did a gingivectomy. Going to do gross caries reduction with a large round diamond and then refine the caries reduction with a small slow speed round carbide. This lesion probably looked a little bit scarier than it was, but even still I tried not to get too close to the pulp and just made sure that we had a clean DEJ margins of the tooth. Literature shows that as long as the lesion is well sealed around the margins of the restoration, tooth decay does not progress. So we're going to apply our Fuji2 light cure to the tooth and then cure it with our Velo Grand. Big fan of that light. And then remove the excess restorative material with this carbide flame burr that I get from Brasseler. And once we're back on to the natural tooth, we're going to dry off the restorative material and apply a varnish. Light cure varnish. The tooth ended up bleeding a little bit more than I thought it would, but gonna get going on the canine tooth here, getting a good millimeter or so of access at the apical margin before removing the tooth decay. I'll usually tell the patient that, gums are probably going to recede a little bit from a procedure like this, but usually with acute trauma, they'll grow back a little bit from where they are right now. But I think it's more important to have a good seal of the restoration at the apical margin. Like I say, sometimes I'll use cord for these, but so we're finished the caries excavation, gonna etch the tooth for 5 seconds, dry it off mostly, and then apply the Fuji2 light cure. Pretty much always overfill, squish it down so that it packs in a little bit to the tooth and seals the margins before cutting back the excess material. And removing the excess material to roll back on the tooth structure. One of the critiques that I hear about glass ionomer restorative material is that it's not aesthetic, but I find that it's plenty aesthetic for most cases. Gonna light cure it, and then that is this one.